back there for more rowing coming up soon. We just had the lightweight women's pairs. We just heard that Joe Nitch has pulled out. So Melindy Mars will now be partnered by Jane Hall in that one. Joe Nitch has pulled out. We'll get full details of that when we go back to Canada a little bit later.
Looking at Great Britain there in lane number 5. Jane Hall sits in the stroke seat. She's taken over from Joanna Nitch, who was in the stroke seat. She's had to retire from this World Championship with a stress fracture to the rib. And we're looking at USA in lane number 2. Zimbabwe go in lane number 4, coached by Richard Tinkler, a very well-known British coach, and they train at Thames Tradesmen's Rowing Club on the River Thames. Argentina, lane number 3. Silver medalists, World Championships last year. Very difficult conditions now this afternoon, Martin, for the lightweight women's pairs.
Yes, you can just see the water just lapping against the bows of those boats. Jane Hall there, she was tremendously disappointed. She came here to race in the women's lightweight double sculls, which is an Olympic event, and she's been absolutely disappointed, distraught, because they finished 12th yesterday, and I don't know how she's going to pick herself up for this race, but the British women's lightweight pair were seen as a favourite to take the gold medal, but now with Jane Hall, we hope they'll have a medal chance.
Argentina.
The crews now come under the starters' orders.
Great Britain. Attention.
Away first time in clean start, full line order. Mexico 1, USA 2, Argentina 3, Zimbabwe in 4, and Great Britain go in lane number 5.
And Jane Hall there taking the boat off at 45 strokes a minute. Jane Hall very experienced as a lightweight women's rower. She's actually got 2 silver medals in this event, and incredibly for an inexperienced pair, they lead just coming through the first 150 metres, just passing through the yellow buoys there.
Great Britain have a tremendous history in the women's lightweight coxless pairs. Joanna Nitch, who retired from this crew, together with Juliet Macon, won the gold medal in this event at the World Championships last year. So a very difficult task ahead now for the British lightweight coxless pair. Lane number 5, difficult with conditions, but also they're pretty much what we call a scratched combination.
And this is the first time we've seen these women race here. This event is a straight final, and what that means is that there haven't been any heats for this event. Lightweight women normally, traditionally, because they focus on the Olympic event, which is the women's double sculls, where each rower has 2 blades. Here in the rowing event, where they just have the 1 blade, this event isn't in the Olympic Games, only 14 rowing event in the Olympic Games, and Jane Hall you can see the wind just buffeting her hair there. You can see the difficult conditions, but the water not coming over the riggers like it was earlier this morning.
We're through 500 metres then in the women's lightweight coxless pair final. The stroke for stroke between USA in lane 2 and Great Britain in lane number 5. And just looking back there at the chasing field. The Diaz sisters from Mexico, lane number 1.
And they're coached by a former Russian world champion in the quadruple sculls. Actually comes from the Ukraine, who's gone out there to the Mexico Olympic course at altitude to bring these women onto the World Championships.
So we're coming through 500 metres. It's stroke for stroke between USA and Great Britain.
That's Archie Diaz at bow and Elvira at stroke, lying in 3rd place. Their coach Michael Ivanov from the Ukraine has done a lot of good work with them. A lot of development work by FISA, the governing body of world rowing, happening in Latin America. Chile, Argentina and Mexico all beginning to send good quality crews to the World Championships. But the battle coming on here for the gold medal out on the far side of the course.
Just seeing there from those captions there was confirmation of the 500 metre mark, the silver medalists from last year, the Argentinians, back in 5th place.
Just Linda Muri at stroke there. She won silver in 97, bronze in 98. She's from Connecticut. and she's a very, very experienced rower. Still the focus on the Mexicans. It's really quite a surprise that it's the Mexican pair that's ahead of the Argentine pair. They're back in 5th place, and the Argentines won the silver medal last year, but very surprising to see what is in effect a scratch combination. The British boat there, the white boat in lane 5, still in contention for a gold medal.
So the women's lightweight Coxless pairs head towards the 1,000-metre mark. And now the pain will really start. These girls, 59.5 kilograms maximum they can be. 57 is the average.
Yeah, with these lightweight limits, you actually get very close racing because all the women have to be around about the same weight as opposed to the open weight category. And there's a lot of hard work going in to keep that kind of diet regime just to have the right weight. But still, there's a kind of neck and neck tussle. The US seem to push away a little bit, and then Jane Hall seems to respond, and she's just moving back, coming towards 1,000 meters there. And what a distance they have opened up between the rest of the field.
1,000-metre mark there. Great Britain, USA. Great Britain by 1 foot at the halfway mark over USA. The battle on now for gold between these two crews as they open up substantial clear water between Mexico and Zimbabwe. 14 seconds. That is a very, very large gap.
And there's the battle for the 3rd place, and there's the bow of Zimbabwe, Georgina Simpson and Nicola Davis, and people in Britain will have seen them race around the domestic regatta circuit with their coach Richard Tinkler. They've come out from Zimbabwe to row at Britain to get some experience. A lot of problems to find suitable racing water in Zimbabwe, but again this neck and neck tussle between the crew from America in the black boat and Jane Hall, stroking the British boat, just come in from a stress factor of Joe Nietzsche's rib, and they're battling it out for this gold medal. There we go again, Britain moving into the lead.
And here the cheers in the background, that's their teammates, the British teammates, as the crews pass through 1250 metres, the boating area at the top of your picture, the Great Britain team coming out to the side, cheering on these girls in the last 700 metres.
And Zimbabwe moving through, I think, for 3rd place. Again, that shows the experience they picked up on the English regatta circuit paying off. Argentine silver medalist nowhere to be seen at this point. Really, both these women will hope to bring this up next year, but bow of number 5. Now this would be a fairy story for Jane Hall, because you remember, Gary, we were talking to the women's double scull which Jane Hall stroked yesterday as they finished 12th in their event, and Jane Hall was sat looking bitterly disappointed, extremely upset. She just said, I've got to focus on next year, I've got to get my mind together, and she didn't know she was going to be in this race then. And look at that, moving out, a canvas lead over America.
Jane Hall is one of the most successful lightweight women's rowers and scullers as they go through now the last 500 metres. So rightly disappointed yesterday with the 12th place finish. They're going to change that today.
And you would think with Jane Hall, because she raced yesterday, very hard race, that in the last 500 metres she won't have a lot of stamina, won't have a lot of energy, because the Americans on the far side, they are a fresh crew. But Jane Hall, her nickname is Tiger. She actually won a gold medal at just 19 when she came out of Kingston Grammar School in the lightweight Coxless 4s. And she's the most successful lightweight woman oarsman that Britain has had on the team.
So Great Britain now starts their challenge, mount the challenge for the finish line. Some 400 metres remain, and USA respond. The crew's now racing on through 350 metres.
Yeah, you saw Jane Hall just try and jump it up, get an early lead on the USA, but she's going to be the tired one in this race. And Linda Murray absolutely rowing a longer stroke, and they're just coming through in the last 250 metres. We've got around about 50 seconds to go in this race, and it's a battle for the line. Jane Hall is not going to let the USA go through. There goes the Tiger again.
So Great Britain respond to the American push and move through. It'll be a matter of feet between these two boats. Great Britain now 2 or 3 feet ahead of USA as the crews come up to the last 150 metres.
And it's been a very tough race. It's been kind of like a training outing watching the first 1,500 metres, but now the rate climbs up, and here's the flexibility of Jane Hall. We never saw this from her in the lightweight women's double sculls, and now she's got the rate up, climbing up to 39, 40 strokes a minute.
50 metres just over remain. USA have not given up. They still challenge. They're coming on strong now. It's coming up to the line for both boats. Will Great Britain be able to hold on to their strong first place? The Americans mounting the challenge. The Americans are coming through right on the line, and USA will get the gold medal, and the British crew have been rowed through in the last 5 strokes.
And there we see the Zimbabwe crew just coming in for the bronze medal. Fantastic difference in standards here, something like 20 seconds behind at 500 metres, and we can still see they've got about 5 strokes to go before the line. And this is one of the things in lightweight women's rowing. There's a tremendous difference in standards between the top crews as Zimbabwe come across the line to take the bronze medal. And the importance of this British medal, absolutely important for Jane Hall, because she's challenging for the Olympics next year in a double scull, and this will give her a tremendous boost from someone who was so down. And Melindy Myers really in the bow seat. She's come into the team this year. She missed the cut last year, and she absolutely has done so well to take the silver medal. So there we go, America just, and I think Linda Murray just really, because she was fresh, she kind of kept the rate controlled, she had a longer stroke, and really she was unflappable in the last 250 metres. Jane Hall just went for rating, went to try and wind the rate up, but all to no avail. Linda Murray just a little wave to the crowd there.
So there we see confirmation of the United States winning in a time of 8:31. A painful race, the pain on the faces of these girls. Just a little longer than usual with this headwind. The British crew, they got a very good start. There was a tussle at the first 1,500 metres. The tussle increased as all these crews, as the two crews increased their rate out to the line. But a very good result there for Great Britain, coached by Miles Thomas, himself the coach of Peter Haining, 3 times world single sculls champion in the lightweight category.
And we can see that race as they go through. I mean, just looking back to the Zimbabwe pair and the Mexican pair, they're going through 1,000 metres, and they were just so far behind, something like 15 seconds behind at 1,000 metres. And there's Linda Murray and Rachel Anderson, just that classic long stroke, which is really what took them through to victory in the last 500 metres. Just coming up here towards the last part of the race, and Jane Hall trying to gain a march on the Americans, trying to pull the rating up as high as she could, just to get some extra pace on that boat.
I don't think we've ever seen a race so close at any World Championship where it's been stroke for stroke and only a matter of feet between.
Yeah, and Linda Murray just lying back down in the boat, and there's Rachel Anderson in the bow seat just giving a wave for the crowd.
Confirmation there. The final of the women's lightweight coxless pair. USA first, Great Britain silver, and Zimbabwe come in bronze medal position.